Now, the world's largest annual climate conference, COP29, entered the second week today, with negotiators set to resume negotiations after the weekend break. O'Brien Kimani is attending the conference of parties in Baku and has more details.
Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, we are here at the Olympic Stadium in the city of Baku, Azerbaijan. This is the venue of the COP29, which started on the 11th of this month. And of course, it is going all the way up to around 22nd. We are expecting, technical teams to start conversations and negotiations around the two sticky issues. One of them is on how to cut green gas emission and the phase out of fossil fuels, bearing in mind that we are in a country whose economy is 90% powered by oil and gas. And the other issue that is expected to divide, or is dividing negotiators here, is the issue of the...
While we are here talking about climate change, we need to know that it's because of climate injustices that countries are in debt. It's because of climate injustices that countries are in economic crisis. So if you're talking about climate justice, let's not forget about economic justice, which brings in elements of tax justice. It brings in conversations about resources. It talks about controlling. Why are we not putting real focus on loss and damage today, this week? Why can't we put focus and ensure that the structure that has been put in place is now rolled out and ready to be executed?
The built environment actually contributes to almost 21% of the greenhouse emissions. And so from this conversation, I really want to see more centralized and intentional innovations being showcased in the conversations, or support for innovations, support for housing finance, particularly for the vulnerable groups. We realize that most of the time the focus is on people that already have housing and require rehabilitation, but the vulnerable groups do not have access to financing, that the vulnerable groups are not sensitized or educated enough on the innovative construction practices that can allow them home ownership. So I'm hoping that there's a bit of focus in innovation, there's a bit of focus in access to financing for the low-income households, and I'm also hoping for an adoption for the NDCs in most of our governments, or if not all of our governments that haven't adopted them, to ensure inclusion of housing.
Margaret Mengo from Habitat for Humanity and Susan Otieno from Action Aid joining me here at the COP29, the venue being Olympic Stadium in the city of Baku. Week 2 is finally here with us, and of course this is what we call the home stretch. Negotiators and technical teams are supposed to sit down, burn the midnight oil, and of course craft that very important COP29 text. We are here and we'll continue to give you daily updates on what is happening here. My name is O'Brien Kimani. I'm now handing you back to Broadcasting House.